Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
Well, back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate all your support. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Shout out to the 19. Now, I must give a warning, okay? You may want to avert your eyes. I mean, it's going to get messy. There's going to be blood and gore and violence. It's like the CPR scene in John Carpenter's The Thing. Um, Okay, it may not all be that bad, but the WNBA has put itself in a very, very interesting spot. And I know, shockingly, we just did a video not that long ago about Dijonai Carrington and say, stuff like this being something that she does all of the time. And of course, as you know, there is absolutely no reason for that kind of nonsense. I mean, that just from an intelligence standpoint, forget the recklessness of it, forget not caring. Just from an intelligence standpoint, it's not a good basketball play because it's so low percentage. I mean, the chance that you're going to make that play, swinging your arm like that and getting that timing down is absolutely ridiculous. Now we had that, we had the uproar. We know that from past experience. I had shown you in the previous video, what she did with the eye gouge at Caitlin Clark, and she's committed fouls like this numerous times. I think that other video has another one that was recent as well that was not this one. But wait, there's more. Yeah, that's right. There is more, if you can believe it or not. Well, that's not. Oh well. I'll show you this first anyway, and then I'll show you the play. Um, Queer Latifah, and as someone points out here, of course, I don't know who this person is, but they actually blocked me a long, long time ago. And then says, I mean, this was clearly an accident, y'all. Chill. So let's take a look at this accident. Okay. Now, I think it's kind of blurry, but you'll see Dejanay, the mustard Carrington, as she goes down. Oh, here, let me grab the hair. She starts with, oh, hand on the shoulder, maybe I'm gonna make it look like I'm just trying to break my fall. But hey, you know what? There are cameras anywhere, and we get to go super slow-mo, and you can see that when she grabs hold of that hair, that is she pulls harder. That is a yank. That, my friends, is beyond reckless. That is a purposeful, dangerous play. And hey, guess what? Let's take a look at this one more time. Guess what this was called? Yeah, that's right. A regular common foul. Yes, that was called a regular common foul. And now the voices are getting louder. And the problem that Cathy Engelbert has, Miss Dingleberry herself, is that this is nothing to do with Caitlin Clark. So there's a conundrum because they can't use that excuse about, oh, those Caitlin Clark fans, we know what they're like. We just did an investigation into them. No, 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 no. I mean, let's face it, there's a lot of crossover for sure. But what we have here and the loud voices and the uproar about how about some consequences, about some punishment for Dijonai Carrington, this is all coming from, you know, basketball fans, something the WNBA has not had before. They don't know what to do with. It is driving them crazy because they want all the benefits that having basketball fans gives the league, but they don't want what comes with it. They don't want responsibility. They don't want consequences. But this one I think is going to be tough to quiet. So it's going to be interesting to see after the fact. One, if at the very least it's upgraded to a flagrant after the fact, the way Kennedy Carter's hit on Caitlin Clark was. But we're talking at this point, I think, patterns of behavior. I don't know if you want to try and be considered a professional organization, I don't know how we don't get a suspension out of this for Dijonai Carrington. It's very clear. Showed it to you a few times. That is 100%. She grabbed her hair, and when she knew she had her hair, she pulled hard and yanked on it as her body weight is going to the floor. That's the other thing I don't think a lot of people realize is this could have resulted in a very, very serious injury, right? This could have been something, Could have been something with the neck, with the head. Maybe she hits her head on the hard one when she goes down, but that is, you don't mess around with that. It was disappointing to see her, none of her teammates do anything. Um, I got to tell you, I'm just saying, if it had been done to me, if my hair was long enough while playing that you did that to me, you would not have gotten back up from the ground. And I know that says, oh, tough guy on the internet. No, anyone who's played will tell you the same thing. At least, I don't know, the women seem a lot dirtier and messier than the men on the court, but most men would not allow that to happen. Dijonai would have gotten absolutely wrecked. But see, the WNBA can't have this girl going after Dijonay. We just can't have that sort of thing. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens after the fact. You know, as I say here, not a basketball play. Kick her out. Teach the lesson. That's the thing. Patterns of behavior. People want Dijonay Carrington out of this league. And if Kennedy Carter is out of this league, I don't know how Dijonay Carrington is. She's not that good to begin with. The most improved player last year was a joke. That was a scam. She, I mean, you want to say she plays defense, but as we can see, she doesn't. She plays WNBA, and this goes to the bigger point people are making too, outside of her. This is what the league has always found to be acceptable over the years, and this is why people don't watch. Not be all sports give, you know, players get caught up in it, and you have confrontations and dirty plays, but this is what's accepted and encouraged with the WNBA. This is what they consider the physicality of the league. This is what they expect to see day in and day out in the WNBA, to the detriment of actual entertaining, skilled basketball from players who can actually play. No, we get this, and people are tired of it. Let her feel the Kennedy Carter punishment for her many flagrant twos. 100%. Not a basketball play, kick her out, teach a lesson, suspension. Didn't she just have a post saying she just plays hard on the ball and isn't a dirty player? Yes, yes, she did. That's how messy Dijonay Carrington is. If you remember from that video, she did what she did, which was again multiple times already this season. And then she has to go onto the internet to attack the fans who are upset with her dirty play, to say that she's not dirty. And then the very next game, we get this. Yeah, let's show it one more time. Let's see if we're allowed to do that. We get this the very next game, folks. Bam. Yeah, that's not a dirty play at all. That's not a dirty play at all. Uh, so yeah, it's going to be interesting. So people are fed up. I mean, this thing is, we could go through hundreds and hundreds of comments because so many people are reposting this and saying, "Hey, WNBA, hey, Cathy Dingleberry, what are you doing? Dijonay doesn't deserve to be in the WNBA. How many more victims do you want?" Until these teams start lambeering people like this, the behavior will continue, and Cece will continue to find herself on the DL. Making light of a bully action by laughing about extension just demonstrates the bias and prejudice. Since when is yanking someone's hair with the force to pull them down a joke or an AI comment? To that point, I didn't play the audio. So a lot of times you play both audio and video. That's anyway, it's a whole YouTube thing. But yeah, the announcers made light of it. Didn't say anything about it being a dirty play. They just made a joke that if the young lady, is that Lauren Jackson? I think so. If her hair, if she had had extensions in her hair while playing, they would have gotten pulled out. The whole WNBA is incredibly unprofessional, from everyone all the way down to the players, including 99.9% of the announcers, unfortunately. Right. And as someone says here, and I showed you in the last video, if you want to go look at it again, makes me think the CCI poke was not an accident. It was not an accident. It's very clear. Oh no, this ain't it. Imagine if CC did that. Yeah, exactly, 100%. So there's a whole lot of that going on, a whole lot of these types of comments with regards to this play. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens, to see if there's enough of a roar on something that is not Caitlin Clark related, just simply something from basketball fans who want to see basketball and want to see the WNBA clean up. If that is going to have any type of impact on Cathy Dingleberry because it seems to me she is, as someone pointed in one of the comments, I don't think have it here, but she is scared of her players. Right? Let's not forget the owner of the Atlanta Dream was not happy about the Atlanta Dream players being more activist than player, and she got forced out of the league, which is how you got someone like Renee Montgomery, they not like us, to be a face for ownership for the Atlanta Dream. I love Annika. Shout out. Annika watches this. She comments on almost every video. So shout out to her support. And to all of you that do, I won't go start going names because you know I'll miss somebody. But she has a tweet here I'm reading. So there you go. If you're going to pull my hair like that, at least buy me dinner first. That is a refreshing comment, blue comment, Annika, in the year 2025. I'm surprised it didn't come from a man who then got attacked for his toxic masculinity. So shout out Annika for making off color humor, shall we say, cool again. But I'm going to leave it there. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think of this play? Do you think it was dirty? Do you think, at the very least, we upgraded to a flagrant? Do you think, when you look at patterns of behavior, Dijonai Carrington has earned herself an actual suspension, at least a fine? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As always, appreciate you checking out this video. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will talk to you later.